Oh yeah, that's me, finally on the red carpet, people. It's like a dream come true for me, man. This is amazing. Gotta say, I'm beyond blessed. Trio! Thank you. Thank you.
When's the first time you've ever had alcohol? Can you have alcohol? In America, the legal drinking age is 21. Where I'm from, it's 19. In the country of Mali, it's 15. And in a lot of Islamic countries, it's completely illegal. For some people, they might even have started drinking alcohol before the age limit. Who could possibly do that? I'm no stranger to alcohol, and I've had a couple of videos playing video games while drinking with my friends.
Well, she doesn't need a bed because she spends most of her time in the kitchen.
Oh,
Context of the video, right?
YouTube video, you fucking idiot!
I like getting drunk, or unwinding with a beer, but you have to know your limit, because alcohol should be drunk in moderation, as it can really impair your decision making, believe me. Where I'm going with this is that autistic people can have a tendency to become reliant on alcohol. I mean, just look at World of T-shirts. It's an unfortunate fact about more vulnerable people such as him and how susceptible they are to it. Big shocker, but Ryan drinks alcohol. Yeah, I bet you never saw that one coming. But of course, as we've last left off, Ryan just recently turned 21, and so he hadn't ever drank any alcohol before. It really is a sad fact that autistic people such as World of T-shirts often find themselves in positions where they're being exploited through their alcoholism, but sadly there are people who do not care. For this video, I want you to really ponder the ethics of alcoholism, exploitation, the lack of adequate institutionalism for alcoholism among autistic and other vulnerable peoples, and the link between autism and alcoholism. Or something. I don't know. I couldn't think of anything. Just pretend I'm smart and made you think deeply. Blah blah yada yada. Ryan Trout documentary.
Yo, in this video I'm going to be talking about my goals for 2021, so let's get into it.
Near the end of 2020, Ryan expressed his goals for the new year. His first goal was to eventually move to LA from his home in New Jersey.
I don't know if this one's going to happen in 2021, but eventually move to LA. I don't know when that's going to happen. Hopefully 2021. But we'll have to see how things play out.
His second goal, which was his ultimate goal, was a little harder to achieve, being that he wished to become the most famous online personality ever.
And another one is to become... I also don't know if this one's going to happen in 2021. But this is one of my ultimate goals in life, to become one of the most famous internet personalities.
Ryan explains how he puts more of a concentrated effort into growing his TikTok than he does his YouTube.
I'm gonna be honest, like for YouTube, I don't put that much effort into YouTube yet to be there, but I do put a lot of effort into like TikTok as of now, so hopefully I'm there.
His other goal was that if moving to LA doesn't work, he would at least want to get his own place.
But my other goals for 2021, if I can't move to LA, at least get my own place, at least. If I can't, for some reason.
Ryan then struggles to think of another goal.
My other goal was to, let's see.
Before remembering his longtime goal of getting signed on by a talent agency.
Oh yeah, to get signed to like a major talent agency. Like, you know how rappers and stuff get signed to like record labels, like talent agencies that make sure you're alright long term. And
Ryan reveals how many famous TikTokers he has seen in the past has had a talent agency representing them.
Every popular creator I've seen on there, and like the talent agency site would represent them, and I would see a lot of creators that were on talent agencies. So it's a very important, useful tool.
To join the ranks of creators with talent agencies was a goal he would not give up on no matter what.
And it is a goal I will be working towards no matter what anybody says.
Ryan expresses his frustration towards creators, stating that they are greedy and should be given percentages of their revenue to agencies.
This is what I mean, like, people get too greedy. They worry too much about the money that they aren't willing to accept help. Who cares about a percentage? I understand if you can't afford what people are charging up front for it, but if they're just asking for a percentage, give them the percentage. Don't be greedy. Like, seriously.
He states that influencers get too greedy and forget that they're supposed to be entertaining people first.
People get too greedy with money that they forget that they got into it to entertain. They get too caught up in the money aspect of it.
Ryan states that he would rather be a TikToker over a YouTuber because editing YouTube videos is a much longer process than the short form videos he pumps out every day.
No, I'd rather be a TikToker than a YouTuber, because while you might make less money off of per video or whatever, like, would you rather take 6 hours editing, or would you rather have so many creative ideas in a short period that can entertain people for days? And
Ryan states that he is unable to sit down and watch long-form 10-minute videos, and that he can only sit down and watch short-form videos on TikTok.
Cause I ain't gonna lie to you guys. I don't sit here and watch 10-hour videos not 10 hours, 10-minute videos or 30-minute videos all day long. I usually watch TikToks. I don't sit there and watch YouTube videos.
He states that this is true for all of Gen Z, and then goes on to explain that YouTube is dying and they prioritize monetization over their creators.
And that's what a lot of Gen Z, we don't like to sit there and watch a 30-minute video, or even a 20-minute video. So that's why YouTube's dying, because they're not focused on their creators. They're only focused on monetization.
Ryan incorrectly states that Instagram is bigger than YouTube, but refers to it as rigged.
Like, that's why you see even Instagram past YouTube. I mean, Instagram's rigged. I'm gonna be honest, Instagram's rigged.
Ryan expresses his frustration for individuals telling him talent agencies are a waste of money. Ryan, however, seems to lack understanding of what talent agencies are meant to do, mainly handling the legal and monetary side for the creator, as well as helping with opportunities and ideas.
But you see them talent agencies represent creators, so if you ever want to make it big, get signed to an agency, because you're only gonna get so big on your own. Like, I'm tired of people saying to me, "Oh, agency is a waste of money." Okay, but you're not helping, and you're not making me as famous as I want to be. So, I mean, it's always the people that tell me, "Oh, talent agencies waste money," but those people are not the ones making me famous. So I don't understand how they know what's good for me. Okay.
Overall, it seems Ryan's understanding of talent agencies is that they are there to make him famous, which is untrue, as talent agencies typically would only sign people who are already famous. Ryan continues to rant about greedy creators, defending talent agencies.
Don't get me wrong, it's cool if you can live in California, be rich and all that, but people are so focused on a certain percentage, like 3 million or a million. Like, come on, you're still getting a lot of money either way. You know how much you get paid at an average job a year on a good average job? $60,000. The average American makes $60,000 a year. So why are you going to sit here and decline a major opportunity and work for $60,000 a year, or $30,000, or $15,000, or $10,000 if you're on minimum wage? I don't get these freaking people. They get too greedy, and they don't become successful because they get too greedy. Like, if someone's gonna make you famous, you don't slap them in the face, okay?
Ryan then seemingly pivots to talking about record labels, which is a different genre completely to content creation.
I heard one time about an artist who was not signed to a record label becoming famous. One time. One major celebrity that was not signed to a label. It rarely happens, people.
Ryan then credits the creation of the D'Amelio's Hulu show to that of talent agencies. And although this may be partially true, the true credit would mostly fall to Hulu itself.
Say the D'Amelios. They're on Hulu because of their agency. And it says that, like it kind of said, when you saw the Hulu thing, right? On their site, it said something about United Talent Agency. And people take this talent agency stuff for granted.
Ryan advises his audience to not push people aside who are genuinely helpful.
But I'm just saying, don't put people aside who are genuinely helpful, okay? That's my biggest advice to everybody. Do not push people aside who are genuinely helpful.
Ryan decides that 2021 will be the year he manifests.
This is the year I gotta start manifesting. That's what I do now about 2021. This is the year I gotta start manifesting things.
He continues to rant about greedy influencers before talking about a metaphor a teacher once gave him about candy and kings relating to greed. He never explains what it was.
People take this stuff for granted. The talent agencies are how these people get press, okay? I want money. Like, there was this one teacher that I had that I agree with him, like, not about being too greedy. Like, it actually wasn't about talent agency, it's about, like, candy or something. But I agree with his point, though, even though, I don't really care about the whole candy thing, I don't care how much candy you eat thing, but the point in life is don't be greedy, okay? You can't be greedy. You gotta take what you can get at the time. Okay?
The next day, Ryan gave his resolutions for the next year.
In this video, I'm going to be talking about my New Year's resolutions, so let's get into it.
The first of which was that Ryan decided he would try to be the bigger person.
My New Year's resolution, I gotta be honest. Like, there's some situations that I realize I could handle better, okay? Like, don't get me wrong, I'm still going to keep it real, be a savage, entertainment, all that's not changing. But there are some situations that I realize that I could handle things calmer. So I guess work on my skills. Like, say if I'm talking to a friend and things don't go the way I like in a conversation, like, don't get me wrong, like, I'm pretty good with most of my friends, but there's just times where if I feel like outcasted or something, then I guess I'll get mad, I guess. And I realize that while there may be ableism going on, I realize that sometimes being the bigger person is not always a bad thing.
He reveals that whenever he feels as if he is excluded or an outcast in social situations, he reacts angrily and lashes out, which he blames on autism.
Because I know when things don't go in my favor, sometimes I have like sensory overload and stuff due to my autism.
This gives an insight into potential reasons Ryan may have frequently gotten in trouble in the schools he went to. Ryan vows to respect social boundaries better.
Because I understand that people are entitled to their boundaries and whatever else they want to set up, I guess you could say. Like, social boundaries, like.
He decides for another resolution is to pursue content creation more once he gets his own place.
And my other New Year's resolution is to, like, once I get my own place, I'm going to be focusing even more on my goals, alright? Focus more on goals instead of stuff that doesn't concern me, like, focusing more on my goals instead of stuff that doesn't even involve me.
Ryan admits that he isn't a perfect person, as he derails into berating the audience for giving Charlie D'Amelio a hard time, pleading with them to cut out the hate against her.
And honestly, like I admit, I'm not a perfect person, so I admit I can improve on some things. Like, be honest, like, I see people go as celebrities for stupid stuff. Like, I've seen so many people, I'm not going to sit here and act like I agree with everything Charlie D'Amelio's ever done and all that, but you guys do take it too hard on her sometimes with the extremes of the hate. Okay, you guys should stop overly hating her, alright? I'm not saying you have to be her fan base or whatever, but you guys need to cut it out a bit. Like,
Ryan then rambles on about being a YouTuber who trolls. Ryan rants about cancel culture and haters.
There's a difference between roasting, joking, and jokingly trolling, like channels like Rice Gum, PewDiePie, Sniper Wolf, like people like that. Like, I want to be something like that trolls in a joking way, because I don't hate these celebrities. I don't.
This continues as he lists off things he hates, such as people bringing back past events against creators.
You know what I hate more? When people grow, people purposely try to bring things from the past just to hurt the person. Like, when they show improvement and people shove things from the past in their face just to make them feel like a piece of crap. I feel like it's absolutely terrible to do that to people.
Ryan then rants about how people constantly bring up old stuff against the TikToker Chase Hudson, known as Little Huddy, who at the time was having controversy with allegations of cheating, racism, and sexual assault.
They do it with Little Huddy all the time. Little Huddy's not perfect, but let's be honest, like, he's a human being, alright? I don't know how he grew up, he definitely seemed more on the wealthy side because his dad was able to put money towards the hype house and stuff. For all we know, they could have made the money off TikTok. We don't know. But that's besides the point. Besides the point is people like to ridicule people over mistakes. And I get people do things wrong and they should be held accountable, but stop trying to ruin people's lives over it. Like, just tell them, don't do that, sure.
Ryan then bravely declares that he is against doxing and death threats.
But when you start leaking people's addresses, death threats, I don't agree with that. Okay? I don't agree with that.
Ryan declares that he's going into the new year with a positive attitude. A new year, a new me.
And the reason why I'm talking about this now, you may ask, is because the new year is coming up. New year, new me.
He states that people don't know what celebrities are going through behind the scenes, likely referencing his troubles in Votech.
People don't know what celebrities are going through behind the scenes. They just like to ridicule them over every little thing. Like, they're still humans, okay?
Ryan continues to ramble about cancel culture for the rest of the video, before ending it abruptly.
You can do that without threatening people or trying to ruin their lives. We all have flaws, and none of us are perfect. So the best way to do things is to admit you're wrong and move on. Instead of saying, oh, I didn't do this. And don't scare people to where they can't say what they did. Make them be accountable, but don't. You know what I mean? Like, people are just so quick to try to ruin everybody's lives. And it's absolutely ridiculous. So please give this video a thumbs up. Please comment down below what you thought. Share the video, subscribe to the notification bell for more videos. Pay me the money on Cameo for a shout out or a booking, and thanks for watching.
Despite Ryan's resolution for a positive mindset in the new year, he uploaded a video 2 days later into 2021 in which he showed his laptop blue screening in a video titled "Laptop Throws a Tantrum." Ryan can be heard speaking in the background, although he is quite inaudible since the laptop is louder than him.
This is what my laptop does. I mean, this is ridiculous. Like, this is what my laptop does. Like, seriously. Absolutely ridiculous. Let's turn off this car.
A few days later, Ryan uploaded an edit he made in which he is surrounded by screaming fans and paparazzi. This is one of the many glimpses into the life Ryan wishes he could live, being adored by fanatic fans as he excitedly responds to them. For Ryan, he found no annoyance or burden in people being interested in him, regardless if they were fans or picture-taking paparazzi. Ryan also remade this stupid fucking thing. Ryan talked about his biggest regret in a video titled "My Biggest Regret." The video itself just goes over the baseball incident back in Votech.
Yo, in this video I'm going to be talking about my biggest regrets, so let's get into it. I was at the baseball game, right, with my school.
Ryan states that people need to understand whose name is on the channel.
Well, guess what? People have to realize whose name is on the channel.
Ryan says that changing who you are is the type of shit that depresses people and fucks them in the head.
And I have a lot of support, so technically I don't have to change for anybody. Like, that's the type of shit that depresses people and fucks people up in the head. Like, you want the truth, well, you got it.
He explained a new event that occurred, where upon leaving the sugar factory, Ryan found someone who asked if he was a famous TikToker.
I literally just saw a fan at the... right after I walked out of sugar factory, and I answered him. I think he was a fan because he said,
"Are you TikTok famous?"
I mean, I guess he knew me, but he didn't follow me, I guess. That happens a lot. Like, people will just see you on their For You page and they'll keep going.
The video changes to Ryan ranting about how Votech staff attempted to act as his social media managers, and that they do not have the knowledge to help him.
Like, seriously, teachers are not social media managers. That's not their job. They don't get paid to do it. And they definitely don't have the knowledge to do it. I put that on freaking God.
Ryan continued to post on his Douyin account for his Chinese audience, translating many of his memes from English to Chinese. Since I don't speak Chinese, I don't know how well his translations are, so I'll just say they were absolutely flawless. You'd think it was his first language. Ryan's content further branched out as he began uploading ASMR videos.
King double cheeseburger.
For quite some time, the government of the US kept trying to ban TikTok from their country. This greatly stressed Ryan, who didn't want to lose his favorite platform. Since Joe Biden had been inaugurated, the TikTok ban had apparently been paused, according to a video Ryan posted in which he excitedly explains the news.
Yeah, I got some very good news, okay? Biden is pausing the TikTok ban.
Ryan refers to TikTok as an app for the middle class to make it big, and for some reason believes that the TikTok CEO greatly cares about the middle class and helping them out.
Trump was trying to take away us middle class creators' chance to make it big. Sorry, but we can't all be rich and we don't all live in Hollywood, okay? It's not the way it works. So, we need opportunities to get famous in our area, and TikTok was our opportunity. All these apps are trying to copy TikTok because the Chinese developer actually cared about average people making it big. And about making a lot of money as well. And successful business.
He then rants about how TikTok forces people to sign in order to use their site.
You know, Future, I don't agree with them forcing you to sign in just to watch videos on the international TikTok. They shove that down your throat to sign up now just to watch videos. Like, that's ridiculous. They shouldn't be doing that.
Ryan left a review on Salem County's Special Services Facebook page, giving a 1-star review for them.
Please read this before sending your kid here. They are too hard on the kids. Nitpick every little thing that the kid does, whether it's an accident or on purpose, or whether the kid can control it or not. In a special education school, they're supposed to be more compassionate. Not. They bullied me and a classmate of mine over social media posts and threatened us because of it. And they thought every simple thing that was imperfect was majorly wrong. And they tried to punish the kids and bribe them over everything. They did not allow kids to speak up for themselves if it didn't fit the narrative. They kicked me out of virtual school for calling someone a brother, yet they tolerate bigotry in their school and they tolerate bullying when they want to. But when it's against them or not in their way, it's not allowed. And they would always use leaving the VOTEC as a threat. And when I was on the special services campus, they would yell at me and threaten me for smiling, stimming, or laughing.
Since Ryan had turned 21, not only was he legally allowed to drink, but he was also legally allowed to gamble. Since it's quite possible that Ryan's family has a history of gambling, Ryan himself had started going to casinos. A video posted by him titled "Casino Button Pressing ASMR" shows Ryan at a VLT in some sort of casino, potentially in Atlantic City. Ryan definitely started drinking and hitting up casinos more often than not, since he began uploading shorts of his wins and losses at the VLTs. One such video shows Ryan betting $1 and making $27. Another video on the other end of gambling shows Ryan complaining about how he lost all of his money he had spent. Although he is nearly inaudible as VLTs and the song Seven Nation Army by White Stripes drowns him out.
Put $40 in it, not $30 in this. Don't even get anything. Wow.
Ryan's drinking habits continued as well, as he uploaded a video of him drinking in casinos, such as one where he drinks a mudslide.
Mudslide, man. Delicious, but strong.
Ryan's gambling habits extended outside of casinos, as he reveals himself to be gambling using online sites in one video. In October, Ryan reflected on his time in VOTEC in a video titled "The Discrimination Autistic People Face."
Hello, I'm going to be talking about the discrimination autistic people face, so let's get into it. And this might not be for everyone, some cases may be different, but I gotta get into it.
For some reason, the video has an echo whenever he speaks. Ryan claims he was more well behaved than he was in high school and that he was a good boy. He says that the worst thing he did in Votech was STEM, that he was treated like garbage, and the principal complained about him a lot.
So yeah, in middle school, I didn't really fit in much, wasn't really invited to hang out. Kind of a similar concept to high school, except high school actually lived further away. And yeah. Plus I wasn't the best behaved. Like I had my outbursts and stuff, so yeah. But in the special needs school program to get a job, after I turned 18, I was actually perfectly behaved there. I was always on my best behavior. What? The worst thing I would do is what? STEM? Come on, be real. I was a good boy. And all I was treated like garbage. So that principal basically complained over me just having fun with the employees.
Ryan expresses his goal of getting famous and making pop songs.
And with this social media thing, why am I gonna settle for that? I have a dream and I'm gonna succeed at it. And when I get famous enough, I'm gonna make pop music, baby. But that's gonna be a while from now. I'm gonna focus on the fame first.
Ryan states that he will eventually live in LA.
I care about the fame more than the money. But I do want to be in LA, so eventually.
Interestingly, in contrast to all of the previous videos Ryan has uploaded, in this video, Ryan states that while he misses high school, he currently was less longing for it since he believed he was in a better chapter of his life, being out of Votech.
High school had its ups and downs, and it had its better teachers and teachers that were worse than other teachers. But like, I don't hate the school. I actually kind of miss the school. But at the same time, I don't miss it too much because I feel like I'm in a better chapter with my social media. But I miss like the good people and the community. I actually kind of miss the school itself because I haven't been there for years, but yeah.
Ryan states that he was kicked out of Votech for exposing them and that the teachers are the problem.
I haven't gone to college yet because I was in the Votech 1821 program and the special services program. So basically, the first year I was in the special services campus, then the second and third year I was at the Votech. Third year I got kicked out for calling someone a brother and exposing the truth about the school on my YouTube channel with the students bullying me. So I figured the teachers are actually the problem.
Ryan decides not to call out the students, but rather the teachers, specifically one teacher who he claimed wasn't even on campus ever.
Every school has students that are obnoxious. This isn't new. But you know what is new? People calling out the special education system. People don't want to take on the powerful people in the special education system. They'd rather just talk about how a student called them a name or the student said something that offended the other student, but they don't want to go after the people in charge. That's why most people don't get what they want. They don't know how to do it. They don't know how to do that type of stuff. I do. Okay? I'm smart. Even if I have autism. I'm talking to you, teacher, that's barely ever on the campus. You were only on the campus, like, barely.
Ryan leaves an angry message directed at the teacher while referencing events that don't make any sense.
The main teacher that's barely even on the campus. Talking to you. You need to treat your students better. You need to stop acting like Mr. Tough Guy trying to enforce punishments. In reality, you're just a narcissist. You're self-entitled. That's why even some of your coworkers don't like you. I actually kind of miss the aides to an extent. But I don't know if they miss me. I don't know what their thoughts of me ever since I just flew off with the truth. I miss the aides from the Votech is what I miss. Because while they were forced to complain, they seemed like they were alright people other than the negativity from the enforcement. Like my friend said, it's the guy in charge, like the teacher in charge. He didn't need to tell me that. I already knew, kind of figured after a while.
Ryan ecstatically explains how YouTube Shorts have been giving him a small revenue and how he had beat the shadow ban.
And I don't want to keep making these videos because I'm doing so good with the YouTube Shorts. I don't even need these videos for my channel at all now. I make more money off YouTube Shorts, so I don't have to waste my time just to make $1 on this video.
I don't need it anymore. And I wasn't doing this for views, but I was doing it more as a filler because I wasn't into long reactions as much because they don't bring views yet. But with the YouTube Shorts, it's changed the game forever, giving me some potential here. And I've been hitting thousands of views every day now, so I've been doing good.
Ryan decides that Votech wasn't a complete waste of time because of the job skills he learned, although he states that he doesn't need those skills anymore.
Don't get me wrong, I admit the job sites and the job skills from the programs, I admit that was good, so I guess it wasn't a complete waste of time. But now I'm doing good enough on social media to where I don't need these people, no offense.
He, however, name drops teachers who helped him and says he misses them.
Don't get me wrong, I miss some of the teachers, like, I miss Mr. Bryan, Mr. Priest. Mr. Bryan was the best. He always had my back. He was like the one I knew I could truly count on.
Ryan says that the consequences of people treating him badly is his expose video that got him kicked out of Votech.
And those people should have known when they were treating me bad for so long, something was eventually coming. And it did, and it got me kicked out because I said the truth on my YouTube.
He decided that him calling the son of the wrestler a brother wasn't the real reason he got kicked out, but because he decided to expose Votech.
That was the real reason they wanted to get rid of me. They just used the brother as a ploy, calling someone a brother. They used that as a ploy. They wanted to get rid of me because they knew I called out the students' discrimination on the YouTube. That's why they wanted to get rid of me.
Ryan decides that he doesn't need to do the expose video anymore because he has a lot better things to do, such as make more reaction videos to get views.
And you know what? I don't need to talk about everything because these videos are not for views, so I don't have to keep making these. I have more important stuff to do in my time, like my reaction videos that actually get me views. So please give this video a thumbs up, please comment down below what you thought. Share the video, subscribe, hit the notification bell for more videos, pay me your money on Cameo for a shout out, and thanks for watching. And follow my TikTok, Ryan Trout 1, on my Instagram, Ryan Trout 1, and subscribe to my YouTube, Ryan Align, for the best reactions.
In December, Ryan uploaded a video where he does an attractiveness scale. He gets a 5 out of 10 and celebrates that he is attractive, even though 5 is literally in the middle, which would mean he is neither attractive nor ugly.
Yeah, I'm attractive.
As Christmas of 2021 neared, Ryan uploaded a video in which he and his family can be seen going through a Christmas lights drive-thru. Aurora's hair can briefly be seen at the end. That's how you know I'm way too deep into this shit, when I'm noticing stuff like that.
You're supposed to be the good brain.
Starting off the new year of 2022, Ryan once again talked about his past in Votech. A video titled "The Truth of Why I Wasn't as Successful as I Could Have Been" has Ryan going over past incidents, such as with the principal of Votech being at odds with Ryan and the baseball incident.
Hello, in this video I'm going to be talking about why I was not more successful in the social media industry or YouTube in general a while back. So let's get into it. Why I was not more successful earlier on, because when I was in the special needs school, I always had to worry, oh, well, did they have something to say about my channel? Oh, could I be in trouble for this? Oh, this, that, you know what I mean? And basically, I even had the principal complain just because I had some curse words, like basically just stuff everybody says in my videos, like, you know what I mean? Like, I was actually at this baseball game, and I was actually recognized, but I had to conceal it because if the school would have known about my channel at that time, I was in like a very strict class, so they would have basically harassed me and threatened me and stalked my channel and blackmailed me like they did to another boy in the class.
Ryan declares that now that he is 22 years old, nobody can tell him what to post on social media. He states that only the talent agencies can tell him what to post.
And this is my channel, so I get to say whatever I want to. That's the way it is. If you're not a talent agent, you do not get to tell me what to do. I am 22 years old. I can make my own decisions.
Ryan mauls over the son of the wrestler, lamenting past conversations and fights they had.
And when I was in the special needs school, I was constantly under pressure. Like one time, boys, oh, he danced to a video that cursed. Like, who cares? Like, it's called good music, real music. Yet this boy thought he was some wrestler's son. which clearly was not.
Ryan ends the video giving his usual outro, but for some reason doesn't end the video and continues talking about why he wasn't as successful.
So give this video a thumbs up, comment down what you thought, what you want next, and share this video for more videos. Thank you for watching. Subscribe and hit the notification bell. And yeah, I wasn't able to put my best foot forward in my social media when I was in that program either, because I was basically forced to be in that special needs school to where I was.
A short titled How I've Grown Over the Years has a loop of Ryan moving his head with the caption explaining how Ryan has changed over the years. His goal at the age of 22 was to live around more celebrities. The fact that he says more must mean he lives around some celebrities, although we don't know who. In March, Ryan recounted an event that occurred most likely in some sort of hotel in Atlantic City in a 3-part video. In part 1, Ryan recounts how he was kicked out of the high roller room for allegedly shouting at staff, which he denies happening.
Basically, I was kicked out of the high roller room over false reports. They said I was yelling at people.
Ryan adds that he did not receive a Coke that he ordered.
First of all, the only time I even spoke to anybody in the high roller room was when they said, "Do you want anything to drink?" I said a Coca-Cola, never got that.
Ryan claims it was all a false report and that he got in trouble for watching some people playing at the casino. He also references some sort of situation where a man with mace came into the casino.
And also, all I was doing was watching people play. Is that a crime? Like, they never used to complain before. Now all of a sudden, I'm getting complaints for being there just because one nut job with mace came in. Like, that's not me. I'm not a robber. I don't do that. So how's it a criminal just because I'm hanging out? Like, they can watch on cameras. They obviously know what's going on. They said I was yelling at people. First of all, cameras, people. Cameras!
The video itself was likely made at the hotel since Ryan appears to be walking through one. In part 2, Ryan continues to complain about the same point. Specifically, he blames rich people for kicking him out of the hotel. He claims it was a conspiracy against him because he wasn't rich enough.
I would understand if they came to me saying, "Hey, you can't be in here unless you're playing," because they did change something with the cards where you had to be the second card, which I clearly qualified, and they saw my name on the card. So, like, these people have cameras everywhere. Like, I get kicked out for yelling. I did not yell. I did not yell at anybody. First of all, they said I was yelling at people. First of all, I wasn't even talking to people. The only thing I said was the Coca-Cola thing. I said in the last video covered. Like, at least if you're gonna kick somebody out, at least about them to get them out of there. Like, they probably thought, "Oh, this guy's not rich, let's get him out of here." That's what all these rich people do.
In part 3, Ryan rants about class separation occurring in the hotel.
Basically, they try to separate the classes, and like the high roll rooms are probably an example. There's like many other places I'm sure that do the same thing if somebody's not a person of wealth who pays for things.
Ryan then reiterates for the 3rd time that he didn't yell at anyone, randomly referring to some old lady who lost 10K and had a butler.
Basically, somebody must have been the woman that lost like 10 grand there the last time. She was betting $50 a spin, 60, 20, and then she had like a host and a butler, I believe, and also there was another one that was betting like $50 a spin at me seeing if I was playing. So somebody lied saying that I was yelling at people.
The video then turns into a rant about big corporations that are only out for profit.
It's like people can't even hang out there anymore. It's like one thing happens and they capitalize it off it and make sure they're making tons of profit. That's what these big corporations do, and I'm sick of it.
Ryan started going to clubs for the first time. Since he was 22, he was able to show off his dance moves at high-energy clubs in Atlantic City. Getting a taste of that Jersey lifestyle and surrounded by tons of drunk onlookers, Ryan was able to truly experience something reminiscent of his high school prom dance, even being led up onto the DJ booth. This was Ryan's first time ever going to a club, and for him it was amazing. Ryan recounted everything that happened in a series of shorts that make absolutely no sense at all. In part 1, our titular hero refers to himself as the club god. We will as well.
Yo, the club god is here.
So the club god explains how the point of the video series is to describe his first time ever getting drunk. The club god explains that he had White Claws and went to the club. He never clarifies if he had the White Claws before or while he went to the club. While at the club god entertained the audience by dancing for them, as he often does. Club God explains how his entertaining value to the clubbers and women alike is why he is the Club God. The Club God equates himself as the audience version of a DJ, whatever that means.
I'm like the audience version of the DJ, okay? I'm like the DJ of the audience, okay?
The rest of part 1 is spent clarifying what the DJ does to avoid confusion about his little analogy. Part 2, the Club God changes his title to the Dancing Guy.
But I mean, I'm like the dancing guy, you know what I mean?
So the Dancing Guy, while at the club, had a lot of White Claws, some of which were in the DJ booth for some reason. The Dancing Guy clarifies that he was in fact drunk, and while drunk, he felt like a free human being, free of anxiety. The Dancing Guy explains his level of drunkenness by saying he was so drunk he couldn't balance. He immediately backtracks by saying he wasn't very drunk and only had 6 White Claws, which is amateur level. Part 2 ends with the Dancing Guy mumbling about drinks in the DJ booth and orange juice mixed with vodka.
Didn't have like full drinks in the DJ booth, but I had like some orange juice. I don't know how much vodka I poured in each time. I only had 2 up there.
Part 3 details the struggle the Dancing Guy had when it came to getting his orange juice, almost falling because of how drunk he was. Randomly in the middle, he abruptly announces that he does not have COVID. He informs his child audience that he doesn't have COVID and explains what COVID is.
Kids, I don't have COVID.
The video ends with him beginning to continue his story. Part 4 once again goes back to the club, where the Dancing Guy explains how much easier it was to socialize while drunk and how much less anxiety he had. He equates his experience as being on cloud 9 for the whole night. He states that this night was one of his biggest nights, likely up there with the likes of Homecoming. The Dancing Guy jumps back in time to explain that he was seemingly called to the DJ booth. He explains that this event was proof that he was pulling waves.
When I get called up in front of the audience, you could tell I'm pulling waves in, okay?
What this means is unknown because this metaphor has never been used before. Part 4 abruptly ends as the Dancing Guy tries to talk about a freestyle he made. In Part 5, the Dancing Guy plugs his SoundCloud freestyle rap song titled Drunk, Worst Freestyle.
My worst freestyle about my first night drunk. I put about less than 5 minutes of thought into the idea, and since it's a freestyle, no redos. That's all I gotta say about it.
I got so drunk, I run like the sun, yeah. Most of these haters would just try to fight and wuss out like a punk, yeah.
The Dancing Guy, despite calling his song the worst freestyle, says that if you dislike his song, you are a hater, who can drink some sort of beverage called Karen juice.
If you hate me or my freestyles, then you're just a hater. And you can go drink some Karen juice.
He insults his haters by telling them to properly hydrate and drink water, as well as orange juice, despite previously explaining how he himself also had orange juice. The Dancing Guy says he is cool because he drinks Coke and Pepsi. He then switches back suddenly to talking about his experience at the club, skipping ahead to the end of the night where he was realizing he had to leave the club soon. Part 6, although mostly filled with long awkward periods of silence for the first half.
It was a good show on Thursday, man. It was a good show.
Has the Dancing Guy referring to his time at the club as a good show, and says that the objective is that he killed it.
And that the objective here is that I killed it once again.
He brags about getting the ladies before revealing that he had been talking to the bartender the whole night, and that he hopes he can take her out to the club some night. The Dancing Guy describes the bartender as being hot and funny. Part 7 continues this, with him describing the bartender with such qualities as having a personality and sometimes responding to his greetings. He confidently states his knowledge that the bartender goes to the club that she works at.
She goes to the club too, I know.
The Dancing Guy argues with his audience that he could work something out with the bartender. The Dancing Guy says that he still has congestion at the time of the video, which was a whole week since the club incident. Although he draws attention to his congestion, Ryan is frequently seen sniffling and clearing his throat in all of his videos, even before these ones. Part 8 is spent explaining that the club event took place on April 1st. The Dancing Guy rambles about being controlled, possibly referencing Votech, but says he will not drink too much because he cares about his health. He ends this part by saying he sounds like he has lung cancer because he occasionally clears his throat. Part 9 backtracks on the previous statement to clarify that he doesn't have lung cancer. He pleads with his audience to not donate to him, hoping that they don't think he has chronic lung cancer. That sounds awful.
Just clarifying, I don't have lung cancer, so don't donate because of a chronic thing. It's nothing chronic, it's from drinking.
Switching back to storytelling, he describes how he got flagged back at his hotel because he asked for a drink that cost $7. In part 10, the dancing guy says how he asked for the strongest drink at the hotel, but upon realizing he was broke, switched his order and asked for a $7 drink. The dancing guy, now at his hotel and no longer at the club, was asked to wait at the VLTs for his drink. Although almost given bad service since he said the first waitress didn't give him anything, eventually a second waitress came and gave him his shot of vodka. The end of the video actually changes the story up, as he states that the first guy he asked for drinks gave him a Long Island iced tea, and the shot of vodka was his second drink, which means he had his drink while he was waiting at the VLTs? Honestly, I don't know, whatever. With the waitress, he says how he also asked her for the strongest drink she had, which I guess was a shot of vodka. In part 11, the dancing guy says how good a Long Island iced tea tasted, which was much better than White Claws. He voices his disgust for White Claws, stating, "Ain't nobody go to a bar and drink a White Claw." He ends part 11 by incorrectly thinking seltzers hydrate you. Part 12 returns in time to the dancing guy's time at the club, where he says that he felt so drunk and free that he sat down. Traveling forward in time, he once again says he was flagged at the hotel because he was too drunk, apparently too noticeably drunk in the casino of the hotel. Part 13 sheds light on being flagged, since he admits he shouted,
I'm so drunk, I love being drunk.
The dancing guy explains to his audience how great being drunk is. He comes to the realization that the reason DJs promote drinks at the club is to make people feel great, as he did, not realizing that they do it for sales. He ends this part by taking responsibility for being too drunk and saying he will go to the club next week.
Maybe going in a week, see what happens. Maybe go next week.
Part 14 is full of responsibility, as our hero says how he quit gambling and replaced it with drinking.
But yeah, definitely had to skip this week. See, I'm responsible, you know what I mean? I'm very responsible. That's why I quit gambling, because I was like, yeah, got actual responsibilities here. So I quit gambling and then started drinking more. Not sure if that's a coincidence or not.
It ends with him saying how being drunk took away some of the pain he experienced.
But yeah, when I was drunk though, it took away the pain.
Part 15 has the dancing guy saying he felt like Superman because he was drunk.
I felt like I was Superman that night. I was spinning around. And personally, I just figured, I'm drunk, let the fun begin.
He skips ahead to the end of the night where he says he was on the floor of his hotel room making snow angels.
Yeah, when I was on the floor to my room, I was like doing the thing that people do when they make snow angels. So I was just like, I thought about doing it. I just thought of having some fun. I did it. I was like a god that night.
He refers to himself as the god.
I was the god that night, okay?
He ends part 15 by venting his frustration towards the audience of the club for not recording his dances and posting them on social media.
People gotta start reposting me when I'm at the club. They gotta start posting me on their Instagram and their TikTok and their YouTubes. I mean, I'm talking about the audience, because the audience, like, I entertain you guys every time and I'm not getting clout. Like, come on, man.
As he complains about the lack of clout he got for dancing that night. In part 16, the god clarifies he doesn't want any donations for his dancing at the club, but expects internet clout for his services.
I need internet clout for my providing. I'm not asking for donations. I'm just saying I want clout for my time. You know what I mean?
He ends this short part by showing his Autism Speaks shirt.
Hey, I'm wearing the same shirt as I did a week ago too. I wore this exact shirt when I was at the bar. Autism Speaks.
The next part has the god bragging about his confidence by wearing an Autism Speaks shirt.
Man, you could tell I was confident when I was going to the bar in an Autism Speaks shirt. You can tell I had no cares in the world that night.
He also revealed that he wore his pajamas at the bar of the hotel because he had no care in the world.
And when I went down to the bar in my pajamas, you could tell I had no care in the world that night.
He better explains the chain of events that after the club, he went to his hotel room to shower before going to the bar. While at the hotel room, he saw 2 Ferris wheels, most likely from his Atlantic City hotel room view. He says that seeing a Ferris wheel meant he was in Drunkland.
I was officially in Drunkland, like.
Part 18 is spent berating his audience for not wanting him to have any fun.
And people can't get mad at me saying, "Oh, you overdid." It was my first time. Give me a break. Guy can't have fun anymore. Like, seriously.
He rambles about the treatment of alcoholics in society and how judgmental people are.
I see people treat alcoholics and drug addicts ridiculously. They treat them like they deserve it, and they treat them like they're not even people. They're still human, and they deserve the help they need when it comes if they don't have self-control.
Part 19 continues his rant, although confusingly, the point the God makes about alcoholics in the end is that they should be allowed to live life and have fun at a club.
People should be able to have fun and live life at the club and everything and all.
Part 20 has the God denying any accusations of being an alcoholic.
I mean, I'm not an alcoholic. I mean, like I said, I haven't drank in a week.
He compliments the DJs and the men of the club, but criticizes the women.
But I just want to say, them DJs were phenomenal. The club was phenomenal. The people were phenomenal. Could have had better ladies that night because the ladies, they didn't have too many good ones that night.
Part 21 has the God criticizing the women of the club some more, angrily ranting about how the women weren't socializing with him.
The good ladies want to dance, have fun. Those are the good ones, you know what I mean, in the club. I just mean there's those ladies that just like to play princess with their friends. If you can do it at a house party. A club is where you socialize. A house party is where you hang out with your clique. It's different.
He once again compliments the DJs.
Their DJs there are phenomenal. They got some good ones. The tracks are good. The music, the lights are good.
The final part of this adventure has the God asking his comment section for drink recommendations.
I know I'm trying to decide when. I know I'm gonna dance and all that, but I just don't know when I'm gonna get the drink next time. So, comment some ideas on some good club drinks. Thanks for watching.
He ends the video, but the video suddenly cuts and continues on as he adds in a fun fact that he couldn't breakdance because he was so drunk.
And yo, P.S. I was so lit that night that after the 6 drinks, I had trouble doing my break dances, man.
Ryan states that he finally made it in life because he got drunk at a club.
And dancing, I couldn't go too fast because I was drunk. I was like, I made it. I made it.
You could consider this moment to be the beginning of Ryan's self-proclaimed booze god era. An era where drinking and going to events became the norm. Where new friends are made, new passions and interests are found, and new controversies arise.